So you've probably heard of popular neighborhoods in Kansas City, but what if I told you there's a hidden gem that's flying under the radar?
Welcome to Parkville. It's a picturesque neighborhood that offers both charm and modern living. And today we're going to explore what makes it so special, and we're going to see if it might be a good fit for you.
And we're going to discover why this neighborhood is so underrated. We're going to showcase some homes, and then we're going to discuss why moving here could be a big mistake for some of you.
All right, let's go. All right, so first people want to probably know is, where is Parkville?
Yeah, so Parkville is located on the northwest side of Kansas City, and it is just that kind of charming small riverfront town that has easy access to downtown. I mean, there's just no other way to put it than that. The major highway systems that are going to get you here is we have Tom Watson Parkway, which is to the north, and that's going to take you either to I-29, which will run you right into downtown, or if you want to head out west to 435, 435 is our highway system that circumvents the whole city, and it's just on the west border of Parkville, so super convenient there. And then we have 9 Highway that runs right along the river, and that'll run you right into downtown Kansas City as well. So super easy access. It is tucked a little bit away, but super easy access into those downtown areas. But one of my favorite things about Parkville is Kansas City on a whole is pretty flat, but we're right here on this riverfront. There's a park behind us coming right off the river, and then we have this nice little slope up the hill as we get into the bluffs of Parkville, and that's really what makes it so picturesque, in my opinion. It makes it such a beautiful spot and a crazy place to be.
Yeah, in fact, there is a neighborhood called the Bluffs just right over here on the hill.
Yeah, that's right, just behind us, and it's a super cool neighborhood that there's no cookie cutters in there. Everything is totally unique, surrounded by trees, kind of feels like you're living up in the mountains.
Yeah, I just love all the shops, and we've got a bunch of antique shops and restaurants. And in fact, there's a store over here.
Yeah, that looks familiar.
Has a special place in your heart. Tell us about Bentley Guitar Studio.
Yeah, that was one of my first jobs back when I turned 16 and got my driver's license, was Bentley Guitar Studios right down here in downtown Parkville. So if you're into the music scene, this place has continued to grow. It actually used to be on the other side of the river, but as he's expanded, there he is. So go check out Bentley Guitar Studios. It's cool.
Zach's old stomping grounds. All right, there's a lot to discover here, but don't be fooled by Parkville's charm. It might not be for everyone, and we're going to explain why later. All right, Zach, so what do you think? Why do people choose Parkville?
I think the first thing that I think of when I think of Parkville is this quaint little main street right here. We've got all these restaurants and shops, and it's just, I mean, 1800s. It's kind of old. We've got all these stone pavers. So anyway, there's some great, like my favorite Reuben in Kansas City is at the Crack right there. And they do the, it's Wagyu corned beef, so fantastic, so definitely try that out.
Sounds naughty.
You got Stone Canyon Pizza. There's just a lot of really cool local shops. There's no chains down here. It's just a mom and pop feel. There's a really cool gadget store that, buys old records, so you can just go in there and, I don't know. So the shopping, the restaurants, there's a really, like a 5-star French restaurant up on the hill. Just a cool place to hang out. But also when I think of Parkville, it's kind of in the name, is the park, right? We're getting ready to walk down right now towards the English Landing Park, so let's go check that out.
All right, let's go. All right, so here we are at English Landing Park, and while we're here in the background, tell us a little bit about what we have up here on the hill.
Yeah, so this is Park University. This is kind of the icon. You can tell by the architecture, absolutely beautiful. It overlooks the river in English Landing Park, and it's right next to Parkville's downtown area. So super cool, and the history on that is back mid-1800s is when it was built. And actually underneath this campus is a cave system that they quarried a lot of the stones for the architecture. And the students actually got to earn their tuition by helping to erect the campus. So it's got a lot of history and super cool, and then one of the highest points. And it was designed, so the guy that started Parkville, his last name was Park. It's not because of this amazing park. And he really wanted to get a university, so he helped kind of spearhead that, and there it is, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, and up behind there is the Parksville Nature Sanctuary, and I believe there's like 3 miles of trails up through the woods.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. I've been up in there walking around. Nice and hilly, and yeah, very cool. So, hey, speaking of parks, let's go show them the park.
All right, let's do it. All right, so here in English Landing Park, beautiful fall day. Tell me a little bit about the park.
All right, so when I think of Parkville, I think of downtown Main Street and this park right here. It's a riverfront park. It is massive. It goes along the river both directions, miles in each direction. There is a, I don't know, you can do a 5K on this side.
Yeah,
and then
trout's coming up.
Yeah, the turkey trot, that's right, for Thanksgiving. There's a big race that comes down here where everybody in Platte County and really all over come down here to participate in that race. We've got trails and dog parks at that end. We've got tennis courts and pickleballs right behind me. There's a disc golf course here. We've got a lot of wind right now. There's parks over there for the kids to play on. Right there in the parking lots where Parkville holds its farmer market in the summer. So you can come down here and get all the local produce, flowers, little knickknacks, and homemade stuff that locals make. There's a couple boat ramps to get your boats in and out of the river if you want to take advantage of the river. And
yeah, we're heading down towards the river now, and one thing that I think is super cool is the river moves, right? So
right.
There was the big flood of '93 where they found the steamboat Arabia just across the river from English Landing Park.
That's right. Yeah, and there's a museum downtown, well, in River Market, yeah, where you can go and check it out. They pulled all of those artifacts out and have them on display in the museum. It's super cool.
Yeah. So what else about Parkville is intriguing to you? I mean, it's a great location. It has this huge park, the university, but what are some other things?
I guess what I kind of like about it, we kind of mentioned it's small and charming, but we're talking like Parkville, the city, the Parkville proper.
Yeah.
It's only 15 square miles with 8,000 residents. So not massive, depending on like some of the biggest neighborhoods in Kansas City are over 200,000 people. So relatively small and quaint, and it's just got a lot of nature. Like you said, the nature sanctuary, there's lots of trees, there's lots of privacy. We've got this massive river right beside us. Being around water and seeing water,
yeah, lots of recreation. How about we talked about the college. How about schools in general? What other school options are there?
Yeah, so the school district that services Parkville is Park Hill, and that's an A-rated, one of the top.
Confusing at all?
Not at all, yeah. Park Hill in Parkville. But Park Hill South is the high school, and Park Hill is a school district, and it's one of the top rated school districts in the Kansas City area. So great schools. Of course, you've got the university, and then even the elementary and middle schools are highly rated as well. There's private school options as well. You've got a Montessori and St. Therese. Yeah. So you really cover a lot of bases in this small, kind of tight-knit community. Not to mention some other things when I think of Parkville is they have an event, I'd say every week, every 2 weeks. There's something going on at the park or on Main Street. And they do Christmas on the river where they block this whole area off. They have carnivals down in that big parking lot in the summer. There's antique car shows down here. It just kind of has that cozy kind of feel.
Right on. We're gonna go look at some homes today and some of the best neighborhoods. Why don't we mention what some of the best neighborhoods in Parkville are?
We have Riss Lake. So if you are one of those people that loves lake communities, this is a great one. They've got several pools as well as the beautiful lake. A lot of big modern houses. Kind of started in the 90s and kept going. In fact, you can still do build jobs in there today, and just a really big, well-done subdivision that was planned out right from the beginning. We've also got the National Golf Course, which is two 18-hole golf courses, houses all around it. We're gonna go look at a couple there at different price points in the big National Golf Club. Thousand Oaks is another big development that's been under construction for quite some time, and there's still new development. They keep expanding it to the next phase. So a lot of cool areas, but that's some of them. Main Street is kind of where Parkville started, so back in the 1800s. So there's some super old, charming houses as you're coming in and out of Park, historic homes as you're coming in and out of Parkville. So I've set one up that we're gonna go take a look at, and I can't wait to get some video of the inside of that.
All right, well shoot, let's go.
You wanna head up the hill and start looking at some real estate?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Hey, all right, here we are at our first house. We are in downtown Parkville still. Main Street is right there. So it's one of the old houses. It's actually built in 1890. It's easy to remember because it says it right on the front door. And this was Judge Hamilton's house. So Really cool. It's 3,300 square feet for $625,000, and it's amazing. It's pristine.
Yeah, starting here right on the wraparound front porch in my favorite spot of the house. My wife has always asked for a wraparound front porch. I never have given her one, so now's your chance, Day.
It's on the market, right? Let's go ahead and check it out. It's really cool. Point out real quick that we've got to use this old-time skeleton key to get into it. So original doorknobs, and such a cool property. Yeah, definitely there's a lot of historic houses like this in Parkville, and this is the flavor back then. High ceilings, lots of rooms, wood floors. This particular property has over 7 fireplaces, but you know, back in the old days, that's how you heat your house. So it's important to have one in every room, and nothing but the finest for the judge, as they say.
Yeah, a lot of history in this home for sure. You know, a lot of times you see people will paint over the old woodwork and some of the historic homes in Kansas City. Thank goodness they didn't do that.
Yeah, it's so cool to see it. It's been so well maintained. Step into the parlor. Another fireplace. Beautiful. This is where all the judging happened. Yeah, if you're into historic homes, this is a great spot and a great place. You can walk down the hill and you're to that park that we were at earlier, and it's probably a 10-minute walk. So super walkable to restaurants, to things to do, bar down the street, and the park. So really great location.
Little transition in the hardware floors here.
Yep. This property sits on 1.7 or 1.37 acres. So you do have like a nice little private nook looking over some acreage. The parking pad that wraps around back. So got a lot of options here. It feels really private too, right? Like we're sitting in the forest.
Yeah.
You know, these old homes, they're always notorious for a small kitchen, but this one actually has a pretty decent sized kitchen for a home that's over 100 years old. And I will say, as we walk through to turn all the lights on, this still has the original, I don't know if the wiring's been updated, but it's got the original push button switches. So I'm sure you can find some knob and tube in here still somewhere.
I bet.
Very cool.
Okay, so what's the price tag on this one?
So yeah, this one is $625. They're 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, and there's an extra 1,000 square feet of unfinished space in the attic. So it's a Victorian style. It sits just on the west side of Main Street, and it's almost at the top of Main Street as you're coming into Parkville. So really cool how you're up above everything and kind of looking down the hill.
So if the river happens to flood again, you're probably safe up here?
Pretty safe, yeah. I'd say this is a safe bet. Plus you got that wraparound porch looking at Main Street, so when they do parades and stuff, you're just sit on your porch and take it all in, man. Super cool spot.
Great location.
Well, so we good to take out the next one?
Yeah, let's head over to, where are we going, Wrist Lake?
Let's go check out Wrist Lake.
All right. So here we are at the Wrist Lake Marina. Tell me a little bit about Wrist Lake.
All right, Wrist Lake, out of the 3 lakes in the Northland of Kansas City, this is the middle-sized one, so we're 134 acres. What's kind of unique about this lake is nobody has a dock on it, but we have this community dock. So it kind of keeps a nice, tranquil, peaceful, like natural-looking environment. I think Max said it earlier, you feel like you're in Canada when you're out there. There's clubs you can get involved with. There's a fishing club. I know, Matt, you fish out here, right?
Yeah, the fishing is actually phenomenal. Ross and I have come out here and fished, and they are known for having big largemouth bass. Also have crappie. I believe they stock it with walleye. Lots of catfish. So known for great fishing.
Yeah, awesome. And everything out here too is electric motors, so it's going to be peaceful and quiet when you're out here trying to enjoy a relaxing evening or morning or whatever.
Except for the geese.
Yeah, except for the geese. There's always those geese, but yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think we have roughly 120 slips, so probably a waiting list if you were to buy a home on Wrist Lake to actually get a slip at the marina. But that's typical of Weatherby and...
Yeah, pretty much anywhere you go.
Yeah. Where are we headed to next?
Next, we another one of the main attractions for Parkville is the National Golf Course. So we've got a nice house to go look at over there. We'll showcase the golf course a little bit, and then maybe even go over to the clubhouse, kind of show some of those amenities.
Sounds great.
All right, let's do it.
Let's head on over there. All right, so here we are at our most expensive home for the Parkville tour here.
Yep.
And probably the most expensive subdivision in the Northland.
Yeah.
Definitely for Parkville. So tell us a little bit about it.
All right, so this one is $1.65 million. We are 8,800 square feet. We're 5 bedroom, 4 bath, 3 half bath. And I mean, 8,800 square feet. It's a big one.
Yeah, price per square foot, that's actually not that expensive.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let's go in, take a look, see what you got.
All right, let's go.
All right, go. Nice and open. I love, look at this big office right off the front. You know, everybody works from home nowadays, so I think that's super cool feature.
The formal dining across the hall here.
Yep. Get some accent lighting in. Look at a nice barrel ceiling. Very impressive entryway. Hardwoods. And it connects to everybody's favorite place in the house, right? The kitchen. Ah, triple sinks. You can't have enough sinks in the kitchen. I love it. Big old Wolf gas stove. Little pass through to the barbecue station. That might be one of my favorite things about this house so far.
Okay, decor.
Yeah, I would say this is by far, the backyard on this is my favorite feature. That look at the size of that patio. You could live out here.
Yeah, paver patio, full basketball court.
Yeah, and this property sits on almost an acre, so you do have room. You get the sports courts there, but you also have room to put in a pool if your private pool is something that was important to you. So golf, sports courts, pool. I mean, what else could you want?
Well, speaking of golf, I heard that the basement has room for a simulator.
Ooh, a big basement. Let's go check that out.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah, so this property, I don't know if we touched on that, 4-car garages. So you have 2 sets of 2 cars. So yeah, absolutely. Nice high ceilings. If you can't get enough outdoor golfing, get some indoor golfing. I do believe, oh, there it is. I heard stories of a humidor and wine cellar. And there we have it, behind lock and key. Yeah, great area for entertaining after a hard day on the golf course, you know.
And this is a 2-story, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Had 4 bedrooms up and 1 down. Where are we headed to next?
Let's go hit Cider Mill. All right, super excited for this one. We're over here in Cider Mill, and what we've got here is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3-car garage for $840, and this one is built in 2018, so up to date. It looks beautiful, and I can't wait to go inside and check it out, so let's do it.
Yeah, a little water feature here as you walk up. I love having all the rock around the house. No mulch to contend with.
Nice little cul-de-sac too, so nice and quiet, no street traffic, golf cart traffic.
All right, come on in. All right, so this is a reverse ranch.
Yep.
We got everything on the main level.
Plus the master, and then the other bedrooms down in the basement.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you what my favorite part of this house is. And I'm staring right at it right now, man. It's that view. I mean, that looks like you're in a tree house. Looking at the treetops overlooking golf. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, this is almost like being in the mountains.
Nice big A-frame covered deck. It's really cool too how it comes to the corner. You know, usually it's a big rectangle on the back of the house, but this
yeah, anything but cookie cutter.
Got a little nook over there too. Very nice. Nice modern kitchen. We've got double ovens, nice solid tops, gas burners. Oh man, I wasn't expecting this. Look at this walk-in pantry.
Holy cow.
This keeps going. Like you said, nothing cookie cutter here.
I keep one there.
Speaking of cookie cutters, there's the cookie cutters. Got like the exposed beams, the vaulted ceilings. Very nice. A primary suite with a view of the golf course. I'm intrigued to look at the master bath too. All right, these are always fun. I like to point these out anytime I see them. This closet is set up so you can have laundry in here, so a second washer and dry if you want, but these are amazing little features. So you can put your winter stuff up high, or your spring stuff, or whichever, and then when the seasons change, or the stuff you rarely use, you just push it up out of the way. There you go. Great closet.
All right, so Thousand Oaks, I'm really excited to show you guys. Beautiful subdivision developed by the Barths, and they are known for their waterfalls. Thousand Oaks was actually named after a famous subdivision or neighborhood in California, and it was known for all of its oak trees. And they kind of took that inspiration and developed Thousand Oaks to where almost all of the houses back to green space. So I'm excited to show you that. Let's head that way.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool. So I'm really excited to show you this one. This is actually a Mojo listing, and we're right in that median price point for the area, $549, and it is a big old 2-story, 3,500 square feet with a finished basement. So let's go on inside and have a look.
Let's do it. I haven't seen this one yet.
All right, so as with the 2 stories, we always have the master upstairs. We'll go up there here in a minute. But here on the main level, nice thing about a 2-story is with all the bedrooms up out of the way, you get a nice big living area. So we've done an open concept for the living room into the kitchen, the big old island. and a really nice flat backyard. So most of the houses will back to green space in Thousand Oaks. This one doesn't. But what you do get, being on this little roundabout here, is a really nice big flat backyard. So it's all fenced in for your pets. And then over here, they added a fire pit.
Oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, really nice yard. So that is one of the downsides about Thousand Oaks, is you don't always get the best backyard for the kids to play, even though it's a subdivision known for kids. All right, so I want to take you upstairs. This house has a really nice big master and a huge master bathroom. I want to take you up there and show you that. And then there's something special. I want to give a shout out to one particular room in the house. All right.
Cool. Let's do it.
Right. So you have a big old master bedroom here, big enough for a king bed, and big old walk-in closet. And then it has a huge master bathroom. In fact, I think you could probably have an island put in this master bathroom. It's so big. So really nice, spacious, 2-story master bath. And then there is another room in this house I want to show you. And this room here is super cool. Have a look around. What makes it special is Jacob, the boy that lives in this room, he was excited to hear that his room was going to be on YouTube. So shout out to Jacob. Here we
Like us, give us a thumbs up, guys. This is a super cool room.
Yeah, we want to hear in the comments below about Jacob's room.
Bulls and Lakers. Oh man.
All right, so let's head over to Creekside.
Yeah, let's go check it out. Gonna be a entry-level price point, $305.
So we want to go over to the townhouse first and show that, and then maybe head down to the community.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Hey, here we are at some of Parkville's most affordable housing. These are townhouses. We were kind of talking about that on the way in, but as you can see, we'll pan around here in a little bit. Everything's in a row and all hooked together, but it gets you in here and there's basically no maintenance. You got somebody mowing your grass, shoveling your snow. All you got to do is come home, live your life, go to work, go have fun, go do what you do. So let's go see what you can get for $305. Right now, $305,000. This is a 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath, 2-car garage, 1,500 square feet.
After you.
Oh, thanks, sir. This is fairly new construction too. These were built in 2023, so everything's kind of fresh and new and nice. You've got, what I like about this one the most is probably just the view of the forest back there. You get deer and turkey and wildlife running through, but you kind of can see it all in one spot. You know, it's not massive, but it is really nice. It's really clean. You get to enjoy all those Parkville amenities or the new Creekside area. So you're close to all those red, like the Char Bar and Johnny's Tavern, and all the shopping and all the dining to come as well.
Does this townhouse have a basement?
No, everything's on a slab here. So you do have bedrooms upstairs. HOA is $150 a month, but like I said, that takes care of mowing and snow blowing.
Blowing and blowing. Upgrade gas stove, that's nice.
Yeah, really nice, solid tops, solid floors, and those ceilings are more than 8 feet, so you get the vaulted ceilings as well. So not a bad spot. There is some single family in this. There wasn't anything active on the market now, but this side does have single family as well. They're continuing to build back there and all around the sports complex, and it's just growing like things do. But this is what you can get. $305 in Parkville, not too bad.
Not too shabby. All right, cool. Well, maybe we should wrap up by heading down to Creekside.
Yeah, let's go take a gander at that, show you guys what that has to offer, and then we'll wrap this up.
All right, let's head on down. All right, Zach, so here we are in Parkville still, but we're in New Parkville, and I think what's nice about this is that we've started in Old Parkville, and we've kind of come full circle.
Yeah.
So here we are in the new development of Parkville, Creekside, clear on the west side of town out by Thousand Oaks, and we got Char Bar right behind us with pickleball courts. There's an X-Golf over here. We've got Johnny's Tavern.
Yep. And the Tree of Life.
The Tree of Life is right up here. Should we take a walk?
Yeah, let's take a walk.
Yeah, so this area, this courtyard area is really charming. It's between some condos,
Yep.
but whereas at the ground level are a bunch of bars and restaurants and
fun things to do. So yeah, it's a cool spot, and it goes on, and there's plans to keep on going on. I think you've got some of that we're going to share with the kind of the master plan to it all.
Yes.
Connected, great highway access, connected right to the west side of Parkville, and it just keeps getting better, right?
Yeah, it does. But yeah, we'll throw up a map of the master plan for Creekside. It's got a bunch of townhouses and multifamily and single family and industrial, commercial. It's really a $200 million project, a master plan project. I think Parkville is blowing up. I think it is a little underappreciated or a little under the radar, but there are some things about Parkville that might be drawbacks.
Yeah, so let's talk about that, why this might not be the right spot for certain families. And some of the first things that come to mind for me is, maybe you don't want that little small town charm, right? Maybe that's the last thing on your list. You want to be downtown where the action is, or closer to it. So that could be a reason.
Yeah, it is a little bit out of the way for, we talked about how you can get downtown, and I think it's a pretty good location, but it is clear up in the northwestern corner of the metro. So if you're working on the southeast corner, it could be a little out of the way.
Yeah, and since it does border that river, you can't just dive into Kansas, right? You have to go out to where a major bridge is to get, so you do have to travel. I would say that's probably, although it's not far, it's 15 minutes, but it is not straight to a highway, right? You're going through a couple stoplights, a couple roundabouts. And then, even though the airport is close, we are on that north-south kind of flight path. So we do get, in fact, we had to stop shooting a couple times today because an airplane was flying over. So there is times, especially when the wind shifts just right, that a lot of planes are coming over Parkville. So you will get that plane. And there is, like right in downtown Parkville, we actually crossed over train tracks to get from Main Street to the park. And that is an active running train that runs, I don't know, every 30 minutes, an hour during the day. So if you don't like a train running through your town.
Yeah, if you feel the ground rumbling and it drives you crazy, then Parkville might not be the place for you. The other thing I can think of is that the prices are a little bit higher in Platte County versus Clay County. If you're a Northlander and you want to be up north close to the airport, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium over in Parkville.
Yeah, in fact, Parkville, there is some reasons why Parkville is so sought after, and a lot of that is just to get out of Kansas City, because living in Kansas City, you're going to have that e-tax, right? We talk about that in a lot of videos. So if you live or work in Kansas City, Missouri, you could be paying a 1% earnings tax. It goes right to Missouri. By moving into the city of Parkville, you don't have to pay that tax. So that's why people kind of flock to that area. And when people are flocking to an area, it pushes prices up, and it just, that's kind of what happens. So Parkville is one of the most expensive on average. Of course, we just walked through something that was $300,000, which is below the average price point for Kansas City. So there is options, but on average, Parkville's pretty schwanky.
Yeah, and the people that are trying to avoid the 1% usually have big incomes.
Yep.
And they buy big houses. So, all right, so now that we've talked about all the negativity and gotten that out of the way, why don't we just wrap up with some final thoughts about what makes Parkville such a great place to live?
First, top of my mind is family friendly. I mean, the really small, quaint downtown if you want it, and then just surrounded by families, all these neighborhoods that cater to families, just super family friendly.
Yeah, not so tight-knit that everybody knows everybody.
Right.
But pretty tight.
Yeah.
And it's a small community where, if you have a good reputation or a bad reputation, people will start to catch on.
Yep, fair enough.
Great schools. I mean, Park Hill schools are top notch.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually why people start their search or call us about Parkville in the beginning, is they want to get into the Park Hill School District. So it's just a perk that Parkville just happens to be awesome on top of a great school district. So yeah, great school districts and private school options. Yeah, so all that being said, we both really think Parkville is a great spot. If that's something that you are interested in, you want more information, we have been helping people move here for over 20 years. We've literally helped thousands of families move around the Kansas City area. So feel free to reach out to us anytime with questions. And if you're looking to sell your house in Parkville, can we help there too, Max?
Yes.
Yeah, just give us a call. That's what we do every day and all day. We love it. So we'd love to be a resource for you. All of our contact information is in the description, and we'll see you on the next video.
We'll see you then.